What's up? Welcome back. So today is going to be a little bit of a drunk story time because what we're supposed to have is a restaurant review, but instead we have a disaster restaurant experience that we're just going to go over really quickly just to talk about what went wrong, how it could have gone better, and just my thoughts on it in general. So if you're curious to hear about it, stay tuned after the intro. What's up everyone, welcome back. So today we got some Mezcal and story time instead of a restaurant review, which is what we're supposed to be having in today's video. The reason being is because we had a total disaster restaurant experience, so we're just gonna put that on tape instead of an actual restaurant review. Now this all started out yesterday when I was going to a Mercado here in Monterrey to buy some groceries. I looked out my window and I saw this really cool looking restaurant, and it is a seafood restaurant, and if you know anything about me, I'm a sucker for seafood. So I see seafood, I look it up really quickly on Google, it says 4.5 stars, 90 something reviews. I'm like, great, we don't need to do tacos tonight because that was the original plan. So no tacos tonight, let's hit up this restaurant. So I get all spruced up, I'm ready for the restaurant. We head over there. Now once we got there, usually I do a little short recording talking about how excited I am about the restaurant, because generally I've been to these places or I know the food, so I'm looking to share it with you. But this time around, my friend says, hey, why don't you wait until after we have the food and then we can, pretend like we're arriving and you can talk about your experience. I said, great idea, but I don't think we really need to do that because, what could possibly go wrong? Like, this is an amazing looking restaurant, right? So now the first thing that happened when we sat down is I asked the waiter for recommendations for food. And of course, naturally, the waiter said that he cannot give us recommendations because he's not sure he's qualified to give us a recommendation. And immediately my mind went back to Chef Ramsay's kitchen, where he is asking one of the waitresses for recommendations, and she says she hasn't tried anything because she doesn't eat at the restaurant, and immediately goes, oh God, this is gonna be bad. Well, the owner comes out and he gives us a few recommendations. He recommends these shrimp on a grill and he recommends oysters, and he is really adamant that we tried the oysters. And I said, no, that's okay. I don't want the oysters. I just want a cucumber water, please. I'll take the shrimp on a grill. That sounds really good. I'll take a shrimp cocktail, which also sounded good. And I'll take a shrimp soup. Now, the first thing that comes out is my cucumber water. And the cucumber water is less of a water flavor with cucumber, but more of a slush filled with cucumber pulp. And it wasn't that good. So as you can see in the video here, I'm literally not having any of it. It's just sitting there. And the next thing to roll out is cocktail de camarón, which is a shrimp cocktail. To give them credit, this was pretty good. The shrimp was good, the avocado in there was good, the onion seemed like it was freshly chopped. Next come out the oysters. Now, as I said, I didn't order the oysters, but he said, here's 3 free samples on the house because they're so good, right? And these oysters, look, they're presented really well on some rice. I don't know why you would eat oysters with rice, but okay, let's put that aside. Oysters, but they're filled with cheese. There's barely any oyster in there. I looked through with like a little bit of a knife and a fork to lift up the cheese to see if there's any oyster in there at all. Nothing. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna put this aside. Next, of course, comes out his masterpiece, which are these grilled shrimp smothered in way too much cheese, oozing with cheese. They're jumbo shrimp, butterfly split open with the head still attached. My friend looks at the shrimp. He asks like if that is salsa on the shrimp, and I said, no, that's blood from the heads of the shrimp. And he's revolted. And normally I would not necessarily be revolted by blood from the shrimp because, it's kind of normal, but I got disgusted by that as well, quite frankly. So I couldn't eat the shrimp, so we didn't eat the shrimp. I left the place hungry for what it's worth. overall, I guess why did I do this video and why are we here? It's because not all recordings are always going to go great, right? Sometimes you have to take a chance and it's going to be a disaster, and sometimes you're going to get a place that's like the video on La Mexicana, which I'm going to attach here to this video, but that's an amazing place. That was a total gem the first time I discovered it. So that's all I got for you on this video. It's not particularly visually stimulating like some of my other videos, and we haven't really learned a lot other than sometimes you gotta kiss a lot of frogs to get to the prince. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you liked it, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, which I hope not to have more disaster kitchen videos, but if there are more disaster restaurants, disaster kitchens, I will bring those back to you if this video is popular enough. So until next time, have a great day and live long and prosper.